what we come up with anyway. But it looks like it's going to be another great day, like we've had the last entire week and a half. But boy, Mother Nature's probably about ready to turn loose on us and just, don't get too comfortable. This time of the week, this time of the day, we always have a chance to sit down and talk with Pete Helmstead to get a little road update. And Pete, how are you?
Doing well. How are you, Jay?
Good. So nothing like having technical issues sliding in right at the last minute here.
This completely reminded me of the TV days where maybe something was happening very late and you're trying to get it on the newscast and you literally slide into the show as the opening is rolling. It was pretty similar.
Now, it's true, too, that news anchors, weather people, if you're not in front of the camera, I mean, you guys are always shot from from like the midsection up, right? So you can see, I mean, how many times were people wearing like Hawaiian shorts and sandals?
I wouldn't wear Hawaiian shorts, but I would say in the summer, probably 90% of the time I was wearing shorts.
Right, yeah. I just got to put the suit coat on just to look good.
That's right.
Yeah.
All that matters.
That's right. Hey, how is this road stuff going on? We got, what are we, September 22nd? We're getting the end of September, getting ready to get into October. Some of these going to be wrapping up pretty soon?
We're getting there. The road construction season does run into November. There's a lot of times, a lot of our projects go that late. And we do have some that will be into November, especially the bridges down by Rockwell. They'll be late November. The ones in Hampton, we're still looking at mid to late October. They are still moving along well. Hasn't really been any delays or anything, so they're on schedule. But that's when we had said, like in March and April, they were going to open. So it's good that we can say that they're still remaining on schedule. So that's good news. The culvert under the bridge in Winnebago County on Iowa 9 east of Forest City. The whole thing, that culvert's in there, obviously, and it's all been encased in flowable mortar. We talked about that, what they use to fill the gaps along the sides of the culvert and the underneath the bridge where the beams are. They are continuing to do work on guardrail, shouldering, a lot of dirt work and things like that. Shouldn't be a lot of impacts to traffic. There will, every once in a while, if they need to get trucks in and out of there will be flaggers, but delays will be very, very minimal. The bridge deck overlay on Iowa 9, just east of Manly, right by S56 there. Guardrail hopefully got finished up yesterday. They still have seating to do. They're going to do some of that today. One of the differences you're going to see in the next few days is that temporary concrete barrier rail that's been in there dividing the two lanes. They will be taking that out and replacing it with plastic channelizers. They still have to come in and groove the deck, which will happen looking like Monday of next week. And by the end of next week, everything should be opened up on that project. I guess the one you want to be the most aware of right now is the microsurfacing on Interstate 35 north of Highway 9 up to the border. On Thursday or Monday, depending on how things go, exit 208, that's like the Joyce Kensett exit. Yep. That will be closed so they can microsurface that. Also on those same days, the ramps at exit 214, which is up at the casino up by Northwood there as well, that will not be closed, but they will be very, very narrow. So just be aware of that if you're traveling through the area. Again, that'll be Thursday or Monday. And when those ramps are done, the project will be done. So it won't be too much of a hassle for much longer. Again, that's just the microsurfacing up there. And then one to be aware of next week, we're going to be doing some asphalt work on Iowa 3 just west of Dumont on either end of one of the bridges there where you drive on and off, just to make it a little smoother. And that will be controlled with flaggers, but it'll only be a day or two. It'll be a very short project, and that's scheduled to happen early next week. So keep that in mind as well if you're traveling through that area.
Now, Pete, we all know this is 2020 and a lot of crazy things been going on.
Correct.
What happens? Just say that some winner decides to show up early.
Yep.
And so what does that do to the road construction that's not finished yet? Has it ever happened where you go, oh no, we can't continue and we can't finish this project?
Nothing that I am aware of where it completely, don't get me wrong, you can get snow early, as we know, right, and it delays things for a week and makes things a little bit messy. There was a project on interstate. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it was south of Mason City a few years ago where we had snow coming and we were just finishing up, I believe, painting. I can't remember exactly what we were doing, but I mean, there were still cones out and stuff as the plows were coming, and we were trying to remove cones and get it for the plows to get through and everything. That was just, I can't remember, it was 2 or 3 years ago. It was on interstate. I can't remember the exact project, but yeah, that one was a little tricky, but we work with it. We get it done. You know, the big thing is the concrete and the temperatures and the asphalts and the temperatures that you need to have. And we work really hard, obviously, to get all that taken care of before we have to deal with the temperature concerns.
This is the way my mind works, Pete. I'm just thinking, how funny would it be to be behind like a snowplow and the cones aren't put away yet, and all of a sudden you just see these cones just flying through the air.
Right.
It's like,
well, if anything like that happens this year, you know we will be blaming you.
Yeah. Well, good deal. Of course, like we always talk about the road reports with the construction and the winter driving. 511ia.org is the app that you want to have downloaded on your phone or on your computer, have it saved in your bookmarks or whatever it might be. A reminder, too, we're also on the Kiss Country Facebook page, the Morning Rush Facebook page. And if you don't have Facebook, then you can go to YouTube and watch it live as well. And that is at just the letter J, Brooks 987, all crunched together. You know, no spaces or anything like that. So make sure you do that. I do got to talk about one more, because that's done with the road reports, right?
Yeah, I want to throw one thing in, Jay. And I know we talk about it every once in a while, but you mentioned as we are getting later in the fall and people are expecting to see less and less road work. Just remember that it is still out there. So please pay attention, slow down, avoid distractions when you're driving. Again, we've unfortunately lost 2 DOT employees this year to crashes out on the road, and just pay attention to the road. We really need you to do that for all of our employees' safeties and for your safety as well. So,
Sure.
All right, now what's up?
You know what's coming.
I've got a pretty good idea. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a huge Viking fan, as a lot of you know too. Pete is a huge Viking fan. Yeah, he's even got tattoos of Vikings and.
just one Viking tattoo, but yes, there is one.
Come on, let me make the story sound bigger, Pete. But these Vikings are horrible.
I actually sent my brother a text and I said, this is the worst I've seen the Vikings look in years. I mean, it's really disappointing right now.
And we've got 3 years of this.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I will say, and as fans, we're always optimistic going into the year. Yeah, man, we lost 6 starters on defense. That's huge. I mean, and guess what? It's showing up.
Yeah, one game into the season, usually most of us Viking fans, or a lot of us anyway, are like, well, there's always next year.
Yeah.
And then you remember you got a contract for the whole entire team for 3 years. You're going, well, we'll look over this or revamp it again in 4 years.
Those contracts can be bought out. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, but who must buy a member of the Minnesota Vikings right now and they look so great?
Yeah, I don't know. It's disappointing. And their schedule is not very favorable right now.
No.
I mean, it could get to be a long year by the end of September. We'll put it that way.
See, and I've always said that my second is do you have a second team? I think most people, or a lot of people, do have a second team or second favorite, just a fall team.
I don't know if I really do. I do enjoy following Kansas City. I always have. I don't know why.
I'm a homie.
And I do. I will follow. Like George Kittle, the Hawkeyes on San Francisco, and some of the Hawkeye players I like to follow to see how they're doing as well.
See, over the past 5-10 years, I've become like a Nashville Titans, Tennessee Titans.
Sure.
So, yep. and I said it after the first game. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't want to watch this game anymore. I don't want to watch the second game. And I had it out. Maybe I was vacuuming. This is how bad the game was on Sunday. I was vacuuming at my venue, and I had the TV on. I didn't even watch it. I was like, whatever. I'm just going to make all sorts of noise and just vacuum away because who cares about this game? And then, then the Tennessee Titans are playing, and they won. They're 2-0.
Yes, they are.
And they're coming to they're coming to Minneapolis, I think, next week.
Correct. Yep. Yes, they are.
So some people have asked, "Oh, who are you going to go for? The person that's in the lead?" I go, "Nope, I'm going for the." Right now, the Vikings are on my back burner. They're not even. I'm not. I don't even care. I'm going to buy a Tennessee Titan jersey, and that's what I'm going to wear on Sunday.
Oh,
That's
you
my.
can't
That's
do
my.
that.
Yeah, that's my team for this year. I'm telling you, I'm done. I'm so. I can't use the words. I almost did because I get worked up about this, and I'm like, whatever. That's why I can't watch the game at the mall either. When I'm screaming and yelling and swearing. I'm going, I forgot I'm not at home.
Yeah, I've gotten past that point. If it's a good game or a close game towards the end, I might get a little intense. But other than that, it's on and I'm watching it and I follow it. But it's not going to ruin my day anymore.
No,
20 years ago, yes, it would have,
yeah.
but not anymore.
We're getting too old for that, Pete. The old ticker's getting a little weaker.
Exactly.
Can't get
Although
it.
I still think I still got some. We had a couple friends over several years ago watching the Iowa Penn State game, and Penn State scored. I think it was on the last play of the game to win. We were sitting in my garage, and my Hawkeye hat ended up about 20 yards down the driveway.
Yes, it's true stories, folks. I'm surprised nobody's commented because you can make comments on the Facebook page.
It's probably they probably don't want to. Like you said, our hearts are a little older. They may not want to trigger anything.
Right, exactly. Blood pressure. How come your face is so red? Blood pressure's boiling. Yeah, I was so mad on Sunday. I watched like the first quarter of it, and then after that, I was like, whatever. Then there were some good games that ended. Like the Cowboys came back and won. Like that was amazing. I mean, the last time they got an onside kick turnover, 2014. I'm going,
wow.
You know what? This year they're going to get it. And
I think it did too.
I told my wife that. She's sitting by this time. I'm at home already. I'm going, you know what? Watch this. It hasn't happened. Every time the announcers say anything, the opposite happens. They haven't recovered an onside kick it was 6 years. Yeah, that same thing when you go and kick a field. Every time a Minnesota Viking field goal kick, I blame the announcers. They go, well, Gary Anderson, he's been doing really well. He hadn't missed a good field goal in 3 years. And then what happened? Oh, yeah. Wide right. Minnesota.
Haven't gotten over that yet, have you, Jay?
I don't. That's why I don't even want to get involved in this season anymore. That's why they're on the back burner, and Tennessee Titans are full speed ahead now in my book. I don't care.
Well, I don't know if I've ever said this about a NFL game on Sunday to you, but I hope you lose.
Goodbye, Pete.
See you, Jay.